friends. Tightened my scarf a little more than I should have, restricting my ability to speak. Oh, wow. Well, I think, what's showing up today, it's such an interesting process, There's something really remarkable about going through a really intense phase of work like I'm going through right now with this arranging project, because it's so focused and it's like your awareness just becomes like a laser. And what I've noticed now twice, this is the second day in a row this has happened, because the film crew is still here. You can probably hear them out there. But the last several days they've been filming overnight, so that means the house is kind of empty during the day. And that's what that has meant, is the house, like I have the house to myself for most of the day until about 3-4 o'clock. And so I come here, I show up in the morning and do this, do my work for most of the day. But both yesterday and today, I took about an hour, maybe just a little more, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna skip piano practice. I'm gonna go in there and spend a little time at the grand piano, because I haven't done that in a week or so. And so I did yesterday, and I did today, and I've been having the most amazing practice sessions. It's just felt so good. And I think what's kind of, showing up for me is because I'll sit here at my computer and work and get my awareness just super contracted and super focused on this arranging work, and it almost feels like I can't go flex that muscle. It almost feels like I'm just not in the mood, or I'm just not in the zone, or I don't feel physically ready to approach the instrument that way. I'm so in my head. And so that it takes kind of a little bit of a push. It takes a bit of I have to assert to myself, no, this is a commitment. I really want to do this. But what has surprised me is just how great the payoff is. I mean, I just feel like all of that focus and all of that sort of like capacity to focus my awareness is translating to that other skill set, and that's amazing. That's something that you wouldn't necessarily know that or presume that, because it's two different things. They're really sort of taking my awareness in different directions. One of them is very physical and grounded, and sort of the playing of the instrument, the actual approach, the emotional openness of that. And one of them is very much mind-based, mind-focused, mental focus, sharpness, delicate, real kind of like laser-like clarity. And yeah, so I've just been a little stunned. I've been a little stunned and kind of very pleasantly surprised that I'm able to shift from one mode to the other. And I think that the lesson that comes through, the thing that stands out is, my God, keep doing that. Like, don't let my mind tell me, no, it's not a good time, or no, it's not really ready, or I really just should stay here and finish up, and I can make more progress if I stay here. I had this other thing happen today. This is very related. This is just a flash that's coming to me now, but something else that's essentially almost the same thing I'm talking about is I've been starting to install a bit of exercise every day at I've told myself it's going to be half-hour increments. I'm lucky if I do it 2 or 3 times a day. But I just stand up from my desk and I do a series of kind of squats and just stretches, and just let my body come back online. And it's a real challenge. Same thing kind of with piano practice. It's a real challenge to make myself do it. It's a challenge because my body or my mind gets me into this mode, and then it's like I don't have time to get up and stretch for 1 minute. I don't have time to do that. Is what my mind tries to convince me. And but I did that a couple times today, and I noticed I stand up and I go and I start just moving a little bit, and boom, it's like this. What happened today was an obstacle that I was experiencing in the work, because I was tackling just a bear of a project today. It's one that I've been avoiding for about a week. The obstacle just melts away, and I realize, oh, I'll just approach it like this, and it'll be fine. So my mind cleared up, my frustration cleared up, all the anxiety and tension that was around it, where I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, gone. Just left the building. And it was again that thing of thank God I just did it. Thank God I didn't let thank God I'm just insisting to myself that I do this, that I actually remain conscious on all levels. I don't allow work that is deeply kind of psychically contracting to totally sideline my body and the rest of my awareness. It's so easy to do that, and it's almost like there's almost like a payoff for doing it, because you start to get a momentum, and there's a movement in that kind of work that it's very real, and it's not. I don't think it's something negative, but it's something that kind of starts to take on its own life. It kind of becomes like a out of control truck or a train, like a truck going downhill that can't stop, or something, a runaway truck. And just noticing that and kind of sensing, oh, okay, it's time to do that. It's a discipline that it's kind of new to me, but it really is working. I'm finding it just really effective. And of course, what happens is I set my timer and I push my timer, and it turns off, or it goes off, and then I turn it off, and I think, oh, I'm just going to do another minute or two before I stand up and do the exercises. That's dangerous. That's when I start to slip into that, because it's like that momentum has taken over and it's driving me. So I think, it seems like kind of an obvious thing, but I think what I'm offering myself and anyone to whom this might be helpful is, install those rituals of making sure that our body, our breath, all these aspects of our existence that are actually really important, installing a practice to make sure that they stay online, and then also sticking with that. It's taken me, I've been saying I'm going to set half-hour timers while I work for a week. I finally started doing it yesterday. Just because that's when I got around to it. It's taken me that long to get going. But there's such a massive payoff in it. Such a massive payoff. So, yeah, I think, again, I'm articulating it for myself, and I'm offering it to anyone to whom that might be. I suspected all of us have this in some way, where there are things we know we kind of want to be doing to balance and stay present, but in the heat of battle, they look like obstacles, but actually they're massive gifts and kind of deep acts of self-care. if we can actually follow through with them. So that's what I got today, people. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Love you. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.